250 years, dude. This is pretty much on the dot. This is when every empire collapses. So here we are. What are we going to do? Are we going to take accountability? Are we going to clean up our fucking messes like adults? Are we going to make reparations to the Native Americans and to the descendants of black slaves like we need to do? Are we going to admit that what happened here was fucking wrong for hundreds and hundreds of years? Fucking wrong. And try to figure out a way to fix it? Because otherwise America's done. This is it. This is it. It's done. We would be the first empire in history to come clean and clean up its mess and start fixing things. Could be fucking amazing. Age Aquarius and all that, but we're not going to get there by continuing to brutalize people and just murder our own citizens in the streets for no reason. We'll call it a day. That shit's not going to work anymore. There's way too much money. There's way too much money and power in politics, and honestly, 1444, that's kind of the way it's always been. Power and money just magnetize in a certain direction, and then the whole thing comes down. Then it happens again. Then the whole thing comes down, either by inside or outside forces, or both usually. And the timing of things. Look at the history books, man. People. I thought this was like an old person saying when I was a kid, but it's like people just don't learn from history. And people who don't learn from history are bound to repeat it. And here we are, man. Most people don't even bother to learn. They don't fucking care. Until they come knocking on their door, start yanking their family out of the fucking house, or just shooting it up without checking. Why? Oh, you're in a blue zone. Bomb it. Why? There's only brown people in that country. Who cares, dude? We don't need reporters over there anymore. We don't need them taking pictures and videos of these civilians getting blown apart and their children. Blood and guts and body parts all over the place. We'll just, what do we do? Okay, we'll just make it fucking illegal. Just make it illegal to do war reporting now. Thanks, Bush. Patriot Act, you little bitch. Bush and Cheney and all your little fucking war games. Every freaking cycle, dude, it's the same thing. Wars and wars and wars. Deregulate everything. Clean out the fucking economy. Crash the whole thing. Let the Democrats come clean it up as best they can. They don't clean it up fast enough. Then Republicans back in, do the same fucking thing. More wars. More wars, more bodies, more money. I don't know what the answer is, man. I mean, more than a two-party system, that's for damn sure. Most people in this country are in the middle. Most people would best identify as either independent, libertarian-ish, socialism, communism, anarchy, fascism. It seems like that's all we have in this country right now, but those are fringe, very fringe elements. They're just taking up all the fucking airwaves. Partly that's social media's fault. That's all that gets reported on. These 5% on each side screaming at each other. And now, like, openly killing in the fucking streets. Most of us don't have any representation in the government. The Republicans, the policies that they talk about, there's a lot of intelligence in there. The government is bloated. It's a giant cancerous blob that needs to be, like, cut 80%, 90%. Yep, but you can't just go deregulate every fucking industry and then send all that money to your little rich buddies that already have way too much money and then expect that to turn out okay. For Democrats, we can't just tax and spend and tax and spend and print debt and print debt and print debt and 37 trillion. Like, what the fuck ever is that at this point? Where's all that money gone? What is any of that money getting used for? Well, what does that debt even mean? Who do we owe money to? How can every single country in the world owe trillions and trillions of dollars if we're just loaning it to each other back and forth? The math doesn't work. My child and my grandchildren and great-grandchildren are not going to be paying that shit off. They didn't get a fucking goddamn thing for it, except war from their own government. attack and destruction from their own fucking government. The war on drugs, the war on brown people has been going on for 50 years plus, since Nixon. Well, the police state that was designed it was designed for black and brown people, for slaves, and has maintained a really poor relationship pretty much since always, still. Yo, this shit can't keep going on, man. This shit cannot fucking keep going on. I don't know. Do we need states convention? There's a big push for that, and there has been for a number of years. We need some modifications to the Constitution, I believe. I mean, with this situation that we're dealing with right now, like the 25th Amendment obviously needs to be invoked, but nobody's going to do that, not the VP. When you have a fascist in power, obviously the people around him are dependent on things staying the way that they are and escalating. You know, so much of the laws in this country and the Constitution were written around these fundamental concepts that people have rational thought, that people can use reason and talk. And now we know there's a big segment of humanity that cannot do that. It's called the cluster B disorders. They can't and they won't, and it's not something they can learn. It's the fundamental architecture of their fucking brains and their nervous system. And the results will always be catastrophic to anybody unlucky enough to be around them, sooner or later. It only grows, the destruction only grows when there's not empathy, when there's not reason, when there's no morality. Only force. Locking these people up, separating them out is the only thing. But when you have those people running the show, what the fuck are you supposed to do? There's got to be at least a 3-party situation for the presidency, at least. Independents, libertarians, and a Green Party. I don't know how big that is, but a lot of the Green Party stuff it seems like it would be a lot of the principles across all the parties are like, you know, for the most part we want the same things. We just have different ideas about how to go about it and how to get there. But let's focus on the things that we all want. You know, and then there's big infrastructural things that cross state lines and involve hundreds, thousands, millions of people in a lot of cases, like waterways and rivers and those kind of situations. Like, yeah, we do need professional help. There needs to be some system of government around a lot of this stuff to manage these things wisely for the people, though, for the people, by the people. And honestly, like pretty much across the country, we could take a few pages from Native America, because we could. It would be a good idea to have those conversations, to come with humility and honesty, and ask questions and reach consensus. Because these are those kind of decisions. They affect everybody. They affect not just our kids and grandkids, but the next 7 generations, the next 70 generations, man. The shit that we're doing right now. It's not just us. It's not just this little thing. Anyways, it's hard for me not to get sideways and political with everything that's going on. I've seen this coming since the 90s, man. Since I was a kid and a teenager, and I got my life wrecked for saying anything about it. Politics literally affects everything, affects every aspect, every dynamic of our lives, every detail. And not everyone wants to be involved in politics, but we at least need some kind of like a little bit of representation. We need to be able to talk to these people and for them to actually be beholden to us still once they're in office. Because right now it's all money. Millions of dollars to get into any of those offices, and then obviously you gotta vote whatever those people tell you to vote when you're there. That's just gotta change, man. That shit has got to change. There's cheap ways to do it now with the internet. And we could just say, like, no, we're gonna set up specific things, specific places for the debates and everything, and figure out a way to pay for that where it's not costing millions and millions of dollars. Something reasonable and a fixed spending for parties. I think there was something like that going along for a long time, but it's a lot, man. It's fucking a lot living in this world right now. Dealing with all of this shit, everything that I'm dealing with, and no, I'm not suicidal. I'm not considering hurting myself. And I open this up saying I'm just like sick of it all, but it's like this body, man. There's been fighting so fucking hard for 15 years, for 30 years, for 40 years, since my childhood and teenage years and everything that I fucking went through. All that trauma, all that pain, everything was like stored up in there for so long. But like having this illness, having these compound illnesses, and then having all this stuff weaponized against me, and my medical situation weaponized against me and my child for years by people that fucking know better. People that have legal and ethical and moral obligations to not do the fucking things that they did to us and to me. People that know better, that covered up for them, that helped them carry out these disgusting fucking plots and plans. Just because they were so fucking obsessed, so concerned about their self-image and how the world views them and whatever the fuck else. It's sickening. Just tired, man. Fucking tired. Tired. I need a break. Sick of fighting through this freaking swamp just to get a fucking gasp of air and then go back down again. People stomping on my head and my face. Anyways. Big changes coming up astrologically. I'm so grateful that I learned a lot of this stuff in the last few years because it's literally kept me alive and kept me afloat. Plus God, of course. God is ever faithful, ever fucking faithful. Fire horse coming in. Neptune is in Aries now as of today. Saturn coming into Aries next month. We got Aquarius, solar eclipse. Aquarius. Got a full moon in Leo coming up next weekend. That'll be good. That'll feel good. I know that'll feel good. And the last one was in Cancer, and it felt really good. Moving through some relationship stuff, old things. I'm ready for the fire, but you know what I really wish? I wish that I had the means to do like some juice fasting. To do some juice fasting and not be in the city. I'm in East LA and it's so toxic. It's so freaking toxic. The physical environment, the local area that I'm in, and just the larger urban environment. It's just like freaking constant. I want to be out in the mountains and be out and away somewhere and just do some like serious juicing and fasting and healing. And need a break, man. I need a fucking break. So bad. So bad. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here on this journey, fam. I have a lot of love for you. I know you guys are. There's a lot of people on this healing journey, and it's been brutal. I see you. I'm sending you virtual hugs, virtual prayers, whatever you need. If you need some prayers for real, comment down below. And while I'm thinking of it, I know everybody says this, but you gotta say it. Like hit like if you want this content. if you want to see more, I got a lot of stuff that I'm, you know, thinking about doing, and as I continue to navigate my ADD and heal from the PTSD and the complex PTSD that I'm in right now, the stuff should smooth out a little bit. But I've a lot of other projects and business stuff, and I'm in school right now, and legal situations, a half a dozen different legal things I'm trying to do for myself. What my lawyer should have done 3-4 years ago. Figure out the best way to pull all this apart and deal with this half dozen people that I got, like giving it their all just to get rid of me, just because I dare to tell the fucking truth, just because I love my daughter, dude. Oh my god, the worst fucking sin imaginable, right? Apparently because of how that makes them look. Fucking weirdos. Sorry, sidetrack. If you need prayers, let me know. You can send me email. You can put it in the messages down below. I pray every day, every night, usually middle of the day. Meditate a lot. I've got specific angels and archangels that I can call on for you if you need specific things. I'm talking like hyper specific, like 78 names of God. That's all the archangels. That's from a verse from Exodus. It's really powerful stuff. It's very powerful stuff, and I only know a little bit about it, man. But you should see the shit that's happened in my life over the last couple of years because of it. Even with where everything is at on the surface level right now, a lot of this work is only because of the angelic help that I've had over the past couple of years. The underneath stuff is getting all gutted out and rewired of my life, of my belief system, of everything that's been fucking me up for 47 years. It's not a quick and painless process. But anyways, if you need help, if you need prayer, if you need magic, let me know. We got earth magic, we got doggy magic, we got water magic, we got love magic, whatever you need. I gotta watch from Napoleon Dynamite. You're talking about ninja skills, this skills, that skills. We got all the magic over here. We got all the magic in a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. Hopefully we're gonna be hitting it soon. I love you guys.